Hello, everyone. This is Chala, CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert. Welcome to another Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. Let me take a sip. So we are going through some interesting times. And last week's live was quite a popular one, and it was about being too scared to continue to invest in your marketing. And I'm going to continue to talk about the same topic along the same veins because just by virtue of the conversations that I'm having with my clients and all of the things that they're talking about, the difficulties that they're going through in their business, the fears. And so I looked up what is the number one asked question on the AI software Perplexity for B2B small businesses. And this is what it was. How can we adapt strategies to address buyer hesitation, longer sales cycles, and budget constraints that are due to the new tariffs and that are caused by the economic uncertainty? So these are some big major issues. I mean, just one alone on its own would have been enough, but continuing along the same theme and things that I advised last week are here are the solutions. So one is to introduce cost savings, no brainer. But here are some of the ways that you can do it. Now, cost savings for your marketing, cost savings for your sales, and look at the short-term ROI. Short-term is now going to be king versus the long-term. That's what customers are going to be looking at. Survival, right? That's what happened when COVID hit. It's all about survival. And, if your messaging is talking about thriving and long-term and longevity, it's more going to be around how do we stay open today. So I want you to think about other means of saving costs. So localized sourcing is definitely becoming a buzzword. New packs, new pack sizes, cheaper and smaller programs. What can you do to lower the costs for what you're doing for the people that you're selling to? Number two is lower your cost per lead. Now, this is a huge issue for marketing. And when we look at what are the most cost-efficient ways to get new leads, which is the way to get new clients and sales, is leverage AI targeted data, which cuts out, the middleman in terms of not talking to non-targeted data and cleaning up the data. So making sure that all the right people are in the right places that you're sending the right message to, and to go more online and digital, which is what we talked about last week, because those are very cost efficient. And cold emailing that's automated is really the number one recommended way to make your marketing way cheaper. Gone are the days of the, expensive and expansive ad campaigns. Now it's all about more grassroots, and cold emailing is, and the other thing is when it's targeted through a function that a buyer request. So either they go on your website and they request for a quote, or they request for information, or they download something of yours. These are buying signals or interest signals, which should then be followed up with that email drip that's automated so that it's all seamless and it's very low per cost. So the whole idea is lower the cost. Number three is I've been a long, huge fan of super niching. That's picking one very specific industry and one very specific pain point to specialize and message on. But now it's becoming even more interesting and really relevant because you can more effectively target and stand out. So for all of the email, drips, campaigns, your SEO can be more targeted, your content can be more targeted, which then feeds into the SEO. And of course, your audience, that whole AI driven data is going to pinpoint you to that super niched audience and their pain points and how to find them and what to say to them. So super niching is really one of the most effective ways to both target and to differentiate. Number four thing to do to change in your sales strategy right now is launch new customer retention programs. So we talked about this last week too, but it all starts with State of the Union meetings with existing clients. If you don't have those in place, you can start to initiate and implement them, and they will appreciate you more. You can even position it as, given the landscape, we want to understand what's being influenced and what's being affected in your business by this new climate. And so we'd like to have a State of the Union to help. Any type of points programs, rewards programs, perks programs will help customer retention. Another way, number 5, is change up or upskill in an unused marketing mix. So if you're the person who only uses word of mouth, upskill in actually making videos or make content to have a brand voice and develop a brand voice as the founder. Increase frequency, change things up, look at what you're doing and do something different. If you're not a public speaker, learn how to public speak. If you don't do live broadcasts like this one, try one and see how it goes. If you do in-person networking, do it somewhere else in a new territory, but have equal, skills to offer, and make it still targeted. Call your old networks. That's something that we do with clients as soon as we start, and they're actually quite shocked at what they can uncover, and all the old networks come alive. And then introduce your community to each other. Everybody's in the same boat, everybody's suffering, and everybody's trying to increase their community. So increasing their community increases your community. You can do dinners, you can do parties, networking, introduction opportunities, and so on. And of course, join boards of targeted associations or charities. So this is all trying to change up and upskill in your marketing. Look at what you're doing now and do something different. Try something different so that you can change your sales strategy now to get different results, because it is a different market. So those, and then the last is, of course, launch a referral program. I know you never thought of it that way. You're maybe already getting referrals, but if you actually launch a program, you actually start meeting with vendors that are the vendors of your actual target. You meet with other professionals in your business that don't exactly do what you do, but they still have the same target. You can offer each other flat fees or a sliding scale to be able to pay each other back for referring each other. You can do cross promotional products together or promotional events together. You can market to their list, they can market to yours. These are all ways of switching up your sales and marketing strategy so that you will be more visible. And that's all that I want to leave you with, is that during this time of unrest, you need to be out there doing more, saying more, and being more visible. Whether that means a lower budget for your programs, your products, your services, and your lead gen efforts, it doesn't matter. The volume of, which means your effort, has to ramp up. So you can change the your marketing mix to make it less costly ones, like some of the ones that I mentioned. You can skew your marketing, to online and make it more cold email centric. It doesn't matter, but your sales strategy still has to be show up, make sure that you're very, very niche focused, and show up in front of the niche focus and then talk to them about their pain. So the basics haven't changed, but what I'm recommending is skewing it, changing it, upskilling, upscaling, all of the things that you're already doing. I hope that makes sense and gives you hope. There is always an end to every economic cycle, and the ones that are always in action but get into more action instead of fear are the ones that are left standing and even winning way more than they did before and way more than everybody else. I hope that was inspirational, and I will see you next week. Take care.